Привет, comrades, TFCom here. It's been a long time since I did a video in my car. A long time. It's probably been like a few weeks. It's probably longer than that. But nostalgia, no. Just wanted to update you guys on the court situation. Well, court's officially done, obviously, but on the paperwork after court situation. And I hate these speed bumps. Okay, I don't know why I have to do that anytime I go over bumps. But basically, I have already done, I've already got my driver's license, as you guys know. It came in the mail. I forget if I mentioned when that happened. It was about a few weeks ago when I got in the mail. Or a week ago. I don't even know. It's all kind of blended together. But my social security card I did around the same time that I did my driver's license. I actually did the day after my driver's license when I went in to get my social fixed. And I was wondering why I still don't have it. You know, they said it'd be about 2 weeks, a week or two, and you know, it's been a month now, and I still don't have it. So I've been complaining to my mom. Well, complaining is a big word. I've been basically freaking out. I've been texting her nonstop, like, what if I'm not gonna get it? What if there's something going on? Why wouldn't they give it to me? You know, I already did everything. Why am I not gonna get it? What if it got lost in the mail? What if someone stole my social? Which is a big worry for me. You know, because that is literally your identity. That's an insanely easy way for them to steal my social, to steal my identity. You know, they would just look in the mail and see, I mean, I'm sure it says Social Security Office or something on the envelope. Like, it's a very obvious thing, I'm sure, and it'd be a very obvious worry. A very realistic worry that they would have stolen my identity. Especially after I just got it, you know? I just got my identity, basically. So I was panicking, and I have been panicking for a while, but I've been kind of pretending like I'm not. I'm like, oh, I still don't have it, you know? So she told me last night, or probably about the night before, but she told me, well, she was trying to get me to apply for jobs, and I've told her a million times over, like seriously, every day I've been telling her, I cannot apply for jobs until I have a Social Security card. It's kind of required, you know, like it's kind of needed. Maybe not to apply, but to get if you have the job, you need your social, you know, like that's kind of, like, that's not even kind of, that is required for every job ever. Unless they're hiring illegals, which is not bad at all. In that case, they usually have like money under the table situation, but without a social, that's basically what I was, you know, but especially since my birth certificate looks really faked, so really glad the courts kind of bought it. But I'll get to that at another point. Basically though, I was really freaking out. I need the social, you know, and she's been telling me nonstop to apply for jobs. I'm like, I need my social, you know, and I've been freaking out to her. I've been freaking out to my grandma. My grandma's been freaking out along with me. We're thinking someone stole it. Like, we're freaking out. And my mom's like, why haven't you applied for jobs yet? And I was just like, you know, again, Mom, this is why I haven't applied. And she's like, oh, I got that a week ago. So she had my social this entire time, knew I was freaking out about it, didn't say a word. And also, the Social Security Office ignored my request. I told them to send it to my grandmother's address because she lives in Tyler, and I didn't trust it to be sent to an apartment address because, you know, it could be stolen easier. You know, there's a lot of people it goes through to get to your mailbox, and there's a lot of people in your area and everything else, and I just didn't trust that it wouldn't be stolen. So I said to send to my grandma's address. I gave them the full address and everything, and apparently they sent it to the address on my driver's license, which would be my mom's. So she's had it this whole time, which is something I did not want to happen at all. I did not want her to have a copy of my birth certificate or to have any sort of interaction with my Social Security card, because she has a huge history of making copies stealing it. She's stolen from me for years now. I did not want her to have any interaction whatsoever with my identity. The only reason I still had her on my driver's license is because I needed a proof of address when I was getting my driver's license. And I had not gotten my first bill in the mail yet since I had recently moved. So I just decided to keep the address that's currently on the card, which was my mom's address. So it wasn't really avoidable, I suppose, but I'm just really upset about that because, obviously, like, this could have ended very badly, and I'm sure it has. As my friend suggested, she probably, she's like, she could have made a copy. I'm like, she probably already has. I'm sure she has 2 or 3 copies of my social right now. And, it would just be a scan, but I'm sure she has them. Because that's just who she is as a person. I don't trust her with my private information, and now she has it. To be fair, my social security number probably hasn't changed. Probably. And it just probably has a new name on the card. But regardless of that fact, she didn't have the copy of my original social security card. So, now she has it. And I think she already had the number written down or something. But that's still a big worry, obviously. Surprise, I'm in my house now. I don't like sitting out in the parking lot. People give me weird looks. So when I arrived, I just kind of pulled in. But yeah, so obvious reasons, it's a worry that, she has my information now. And part of me wants to think, oh, she's not smart enough to make a copy. But she's the type of person who would make a copy, Remy, what do you want, Remy? There, you can say hi. You good? You good now? Okay. On my lap. Come on, sit on my lap. But, so that's a big worry. But, on the other hand, I needed not as much as for court, but I needed a lot of paperwork to get my birth certificate changed. Which, is something that's kind of exclusively trans situation. Maybe when you change your first name, you do it on there too. Well, I did do that on there, but so I guess other people could change their first name, maybe when they're new to the country or something. I don't know, or just for no reason. But when you get your last name changed, you don't get your birth certificate changed. It's always your maiden name, which typically is your name before marriage. I say typically, that is your name before marriage. It's just that typically it's a woman thing, that only women change their last name. So maiden is for that reason. But I'm assuming that's why it's called maiden. But Remy, what do you want? Remy, your tail's in my face. Remington. Okay. You can sit on my lap. Scratch, scratch, scratch. He's distracting me with his purring. But yeah, so I had a lot of paperwork to do with that. Again, it's mostly exclusively trans issue because, you don't get your thing changed when your last name's changed. You don't get your birth certificate changed when your last name's been changed. So it's typically a first name, which is usually a trans issue, though there's plenty of other reasons, I'm sure. And then gender change, which is definitely a trans thing there. People be like, what about intersex? Well, intersex are considered trans. So, Remy, stop knocking my camera out of my hands. So, that's kind of a thing there, too. But, so yeah. Remy, you're making a mess. Sit, find a spot and stay. Thank you, Remy. Children are crazy. But yeah. So, what I had to do, for people who wouldn't know the process, I had to sign a form saying what I wanted changed, and I could not put gender on this form. It had to be just my name, which I made a mistake of like 4 different times. I had to redo it. You had to just put your name, and it was kind of confusing language, but I figured it out. Help from my lawyer there, because originally I couldn't find this form. All I could find was how to change your gender if you've had surgery. And I obviously haven't had surgery, so it needed like your surgeon's info and everything else, so it was really kind of confusing. My lawyer helped me out a lot with that. And I mean, even though he's already been paid, the case is done. Of that, he's still helping, and that's amazing. He's still wanting an update, on when everything's officially done and things like that. It's really great. Remy, stop it, Remington! I'm gonna kick you out of the room. But so it's really sweet. And so I needed a form of that, and then I also needed a form from the doctor, which basically says that I have. It's exactly what the court wanted, basically. It's saying that yes, I have been on testosterone for long enough that the state would legally consider me male, which is basically the difference. Is the court had to be a letter from the doctor. This is actually like a fill-out form. Be like, here is my license number. I'm licensed in the state of Texas. I'm licensed as a clinical doctor, whatever it might be. Like they had to fill out all these little things instead of an actual note. And they just put a checkbox saying, yeah, they've done whatever our state requires to make them male. And it was like, we'd have a fancier thing for court. I guess with court, you're kind of arguing the case. I don't know. But, so I had to get my doctor to do that, and admittedly, it took a little long. More because I was impatient. It took them a week to do it, which isn't too bad. But honestly, you could have done it in like 2 minutes, maybe 5 at most. So it was kind of annoying for them to keep pushing it. But my 30-day mark after my last Friday was the mark that it's been 30 days since my court date legally ruled me as a male. And I found that like a big thing. I was like, everything has to be done by 30 days. Someone told me if it wasn't done by 30 days, it would like negate it or something, and you wouldn't be able to change it. Your court date's been too long ago. It may be 90 days, though. I'm going to hope 90 days, because they said otherwise you'd go back to court and fight it again. That's what I've been told by a few people. It was a 30-day mark. So I was definitely hoping that was not the case, but I was still really freaking out. That was like, I haven't even got the paperwork yet. And then the doctors were, I didn't even give it to the doctor until like Friday. And I was just like, what am I going to do? I'm out of time. I would hate to do all this work. And then they'd be like, no, you can't fix it. That would be a big bite in the ass. Very, very frustrating there. But, so I had to submit my court documents, the doctor note, my note for the name change. I had to submit a check. It wasn't that much. It was $15 plus $2 each extra birth certificate you wanted. And so I was like, I'll get 2. I'll do 17. Get 2 copies. You never know when I might need it. I don't know who I'd give it to. Maybe my grandma. But I'd be worried that she'd give it to my mom. So. And why do I not want it to my mom? It's a little thing. Because it's like, you can't do much with my birth certificate. And I admit that. Like, not as much you could with my social or my driver's license. But I still don't want her to have any copies of my personal paperwork. Because she has a very long history of doing things wrong. Which brings me to the fake birth certificate thing. She would not give me a birth certificate for the longest time. I had to fight her on it. And then when she did give it to me, it looked very, 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 very fake. Blood type was left blank. Doctor's name was left blank. Date of birth, it had 3 different date of the births. It had June and then July and then another date in June. Dad's name was a scribble. Place of birth had Texas, Oklahoma, and Washington. Doctor's license number just said Air Force. It looked very, very fake. Insanely fake. And I was really worried that it was a fake. Especially since I knew that I'm intersex. And when I was born, my mom did a surgery that I told you it's a debate. I don't know if it's illegal or it's insanely morally wrong, but she chose my gender, or chose my sex, to be fair. And she told them to make me a female. They injected me with all the female hormones and the blockers to make sure my testosterone wouldn't pick up. They did the genital mutilation. I can't say it any other way but that. They mutilated to make me a female. And it's obviously a lot of emotional issues because of that. A lot of physical issues when it's the time of the month, when I'm supposed to be bleeding. I get insanely bad cramps to the point like I can't move in the last 2 weeks, and I'm just in so much agonizing pain that it's horrific. And I still get those even when I'm on testosterone. They're horrible. So I'm gonna see if I can go about getting a hysterectomy soon. I don't think I'll have any money for that until I'm like 40 something, but it's a hope, It's a hope that one day I'll have the money for that. I do get a week off of work, a paid week, which is gonna be really cool. So I'm considering. I'm debating between visiting family in Oklahoma or taking out a loan to get at least top surgery done, and then spending the week to recover. And I could recover in Oklahoma. It's possible. We could mix it together. Part of me is like, I didn't want to take out a loan because it'd be a good idea to. But around, what is it, June or July, I'm going to start having to pay student loans back. And I don't want to already be paying back loans, from the surgery, because it's different for everyone, of course. They have to see how much muscle that you have, how much breast tissue needs to be removed. Everyone has certain skin shape that they have to curve with, or everything else. But my friend who got it done for $7,000, and he said he was probably more difficult case, but it could be an average price. I don't know, but he got it done for $7,000. And I found out that my insurance, some plans do cover top surgery, but it doesn't say online on your little, this is what your plan covers. What it says what your plan is, but it doesn't say what it covers. It just says some plans cover these, and it's like, so does my plan cover that or not? Am I gonna have to call and be on hold for 2 hours to fight with them, figure out, do you cover this? Should I just go to a doctor and see, is there any way for you to call or something to see if the doctor, or if they would cover this surgery? Because maybe I need the exact name of it, because there's multiple different top surgeries you can have. There's 4 or 5 different ones that I know about. So I would kind of need to know that. And they wouldn't, of course, cover it all the way, I'm sure. It'd be a deductible thing, so I'd probably owe $2,000 or something, which would be way better, of course, than owing $7,000. But I kind of need to know that. And the reason why also I'm trying to rush with surgery is mostly because, I get a paid week off. But I'm not going to be staying at this job much longer. I'm staying basically until I get my birth certificate. Once I get that, I'm going to start applying to other jobs. And I'll give my 2 weeks notice at this job once I have another job, and then I'm out. So I'm running out of time if I want to take this break. Logically, I suppose I could do it on my last week of my 2 week notice. I don't know if they would. I guess you could do it. They may be kind of mad about it, but I could technically do that, I'm sure. But I don't want to do that. I mean, if I was just visiting family, then any week would work great, I'm sure. But, it's, if I'm going to do the surgery, I want it to be well planned out. I'm going to have a week to heal, and that'd be great. But I don't know how long this is going to be. How long it would be. How much of a fight it would be to get insurance done. And then I don't want to be paying back this on top of student loans, because I'm already paying back credit card debt. And granted, I only have about 100 left, which is really good. I've been paying about $38 a month, so I may have a little more than 100. No, I think I have 100, 100, maybe 110 at most. So that's really good. I'm almost done with that. I get $2 interest every month, which sucks. But it's because I waited so long, you know. And I'm still paying off the rat cage. That's what I'm paying off right now. It was only like 80 something dollars. And then what else was I paying off? Textbooks and Tea Turtle. My shirts I used to wear all the time. I don't believe it, but they're saying I owe like 100 and something to Tea Turtle. So that's part of what I'm paying back through my credit card. Which sounds insane because I would never spend that much on Tea Turtle. You know, like, Tea Turtle, you're amazing, and I would love to buy every single one of your shirts. But I'm not going to spend $100. It was like 150 or something like that on their thing, and I'm like, nah. Nah, mate, nah. But whatever, not much I can do about that. I've been paying it off. And so probably down to about the rat cage right now. A little more than the rat cage. And that's what I owe back. Which is awesome. So I was thinking, when I'm finally out of payments, I can start on that new one and it would work great. But I also know student loans I'll be paid back soon. So, but I'll be making more money once I get the new job. But then the thing is, I don't know when I'm going to get paid. Is it going to be monthly? Is it going to be bi-weekly? Is it going to be once every 3 weeks? I've heard some do that. Is it going to be every day? Some of them do that. They're usually more of the temp jobs, though. Is it going to be every week like I do now? Like, I'm going to have to figure out how to budget my money when I figure out how often I get paid, you know? It's a pretty important thing there. Will they reimburse me for gas? Because I'm going to be driving everywhere. I laugh about that, but it is a job where you're always on call, and you are always going to be driving. And now the thing is, am I going to start a training phase first where I don't make much money at all? Or any money? I've seen some jobs, they don't pay you at all during training phase. And then if you pass training, then you get paid, you know, for your career and stuff. But during training phase, you're just an unpaid intern, basically. I know a lot of people who've gone through that, in the medical field especially, that you don't start making any money. But you're working all the time, so you can't have another job on top of this. Like, you're way too busy to do that. Which would really suck, because I need a way to pay bills, you know, obviously. Now, right now, I do have enough money in my savings that if insurance were to cover at least $5,000 of the surgery for top, and that's if it costs $7,000. If they cover at least $5,000, I could pay it off right now. I could pay that $2,000 off. Yeah, I could pay that off. So I would love to get that done right now. I would, of course, do a credit card, so I wouldn't have to pay it right up front, you know, because I like having money in my savings for emergencies. You know, like my car issues, I still haven't fixed all my car yet. But, you know, I like having money in my emergency fund, basically. There was a month where I didn't make much money at all because there were some issues at work. So I needed the money to pay for that. Now, if you guys haven't noticed, I dyed my hair. I just realized I probably haven't said anything to you guys, but yeah, so tell me what you guys think about the whole surgery thing. I would love to get it done as soon as possible. I can only imagine how amazing it would be to actually get a swim this summer. I actually have a swimming binder. I spent like $80 on. Maybe that's what I'm paying off. I don't even know anymore what I'm paying off on that credit card. I know for sure I got the rat cage on the credit card, so I probably got this on the credit card too. And I know I got some textbooks and Tea Turtle, so I'm paying off a lot of stuff. I probably got like 90% of it done, which is really good, really cool. But so I'm really happy. I technically have a swimming binder, but it's really hot in it. Like, I'm like sweating in it, like almost instantly when I put it on. And it binds good, of course, but like even in a ice cold shower, because I was testing how well it works against cold, it stops binding very good. Like, it starts being kind of showing. And I don't mean like nipping, I mean like it starts tightening around your skin more. So you see two bulges. Not nearly as big as they would be if I didn't wear it, but it was still pretty obvious. I haven't tried it in a few months, so maybe I've gotten small enough now, but it wasn't very impressive to me. It was Underworks, so you know, the best of the best, Underworks. But that's why I spent so much money on it. They're the only brand who actually had a water-safe binder. You know, it's made for swimming, and they're made to look like and work like those surfer outfits. You know, the full shirt and everything else, which still would be very. I haven't worn it in public yet. I'm kind of embarrassed. Plus, I just don't like it. But I mean, I'm kind of embarrassed to be like, oh, you're the guy wearing a shirt at a pool. I wonder what your situation is. Or they'd be like, you're wearing a surfing shirt at a public pool. Wow, show off. You know, I don't want either of those situations. Or to a lake or something, they'd be like, wow. But like, even in the ice cold shower, I was still like really sweating and like getting lightheaded. And I definitely don't want to pass out. So, and it's not that it was too tight. It just has like 12,000 layers on it to bind better, but they don't bind that good. So I would prefer surgery, definitely prefer surgery, which is terrifying to think about surgery, but I'm excited about it. I never thought I'd be giddy, but I really want surgery. So tell me what you guys think about tell me what you guys think about that situation. And I do want to visit family, but you know, I told them I would try to visit this year, and they do already know about my week paid vacation. But I think my friend said it was a 1-day thing. Like, he had the surgery and then he missed maybe like a day of work or something afterwards. And I mean, I'll hurt obviously, but I'll be on pain pills and stuff, and just laying around in bed, it's not gonna help me any. I'd want to at least go walk around somewhere or something, you know. And it takes months, I'm sure, to fully heal. So I want to get done as soon as I can so I can actually go swimming this summer. But I'm sure my parents would be insanely against it, especially my mom, because she's like, you're going to start having to pay student loans soon, and da-da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da-da, and it's like, I know. Like, she acts like I don't know that I have issues with money. And I don't mean like I have issues, but like she acts like I don't know that I'm gonna have to start paying bills soon. I already pay bills. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna start paying student loans because she's like, you know, you're gonna need more money to pay back the student loans, and I'm just like, it is January. I'll have my birth certificate soon, and then I'll get a better job. Yeah, I'll be able to pay back student loans, Mom. Not to mention the fact that I know you don't think I'm panicking about having to pay them back. Doy. But yeah, I really do think it'd be a good idea to get my surgery done, but I kind of want other opinions about if you think it's a good time or not. So let me know in the comments about all that birth certificate stuff. I do have it in the mail now. It was in the mail as of yesterday, I believe. Yesterday? It was... what day is today? Today's Thursday. Yeah, I put it in the mail Wednesday. So as of yesterday, it feels like a week ago or a few days ago. I'm already so excited to get it that it feels like it happened forever ago. And it may take a month for them to get it to me. I mean, you're dealing with state, first of all, out of state, and then government in general takes forever. So who knows there? But excited for that. So I'm gonna stop pacing my kitchen and actually clean my house a bit, take care of the animals, make some dinner maybe. But I'd love for your opinions on the surgery, because I do want to get it, definitely. But I know people are going to try to talk me out of it, so I kind of want to see if it's even a good idea, like if I should let myself be talked out of it or not. So let me know below. Obviously, I'm going to get it done eventually, but it's kind of exciting to think I could actually get it done now, you know. But TF Cole, I'm signing off. Bye.